God is everything there is, so I am part of God. I know there's lots of good for me and everybody else. I'm thankful and grateful for everything we have. So I let go of this prayer, and so it is.
Look at all the little babies. So cute. All right, so I'm sorry to disappoint you, but Maria is not here with us today, so I get to do the announcements. But I promise I will give you as much information as she did. I'm just not as entertaining. So, so our outreach for February, every month we partner with a different nonprofit, and a percentage of our tithes and offerings goes to support the work that they do in the community. So this month we are supporting Isaac, which is the Interfaith Solidarity and Accompaniment Coalition of Northern Colorado. Isaac is a coalition of people, partners, and faith groups working in support of immigrants and refugees in Northern Colorado. Next, we have new classes coming up, a new class, Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life, which is the motto of our faith and tradition. So that is being taught by Reverend Leah. That will run from February 29th through April 4th. So this course is designed to help you uncover the beliefs, thoughts, and behaviors you have related to three areas: relationships, money, and health. You will learn powerful tools to improve these areas or grow in the areas where you are already thriving. And I'm telling you, if you have not taken a class in this community, it is a great opportunity to connect with one another and to grow in your understanding of science of mind. So I encourage you to look into that if that's something that interests you. Membership. If you aren't already a member of our community, please join Reverend Leah on March 3rd from 2:30 to 4 p.m. to learn more about our spiritual center, our philosophy, and the benefits of becoming a member. So being a member is a choice of the heart. It means that you are an investor in this community and an owner, and have a say in what happens with this community in the future. March, food for new thought. So I have a little limerick here. Hope I can do it justice. There is a bash on March 16, so grand, where leprechauns leap and limericks land. Anne and Connie cook up a plan, Irish lasagna, oh man, oh man. Join the fun, it's gonna be grand. So if you're not familiar with our New Thought, our food for New Thought gatherings are a way to connect with others in a small group setting and enjoy a wonderful meal together. The money raised goes to support the center. So our next one is hosted by Ann Cope and Connie Carlson, as in the little limerick here, and there are only 2 seats left. So please join if you are interested in that. Every Sunday we gather to share a meal. Tonight we will be going out to dinner at a local restaurant, so if you're interested in that, please meet in the back at the welcome table after service, and you will have the opportunity to connect with one another and to share in a great meal. Other than that, as Marie always says, this is her favorite slide, her favorite QR code, so we'll just recognize that if you want any more information, that is there. And so now I invite you to just take a breath and get settled in as we sing a meditative chant, and then I will pray us in.
Let's sing together. Love is who I am. Love is who we are. Love is all there is. There is only love is who I am. Love is who we are. Love is all there is. There is only love is who I am. Love is who we are. Love is all there is. There is all. Once more. Love is who I am. Love is who we are. Love is all there is. There is only love.
So it is in that sacred breath that we just simply allow our hearts to open and awaken to the presence of the divine, that one life, that one energy, that one love that is absolutely everything. It is the life creator and life force of all things, and it is the wholeness and truth of absolutely everything that there is. And so I know that each one of us is one with this divine presence, for it is the truth also of who we are. And with each breath and with each heartbeat, that presence dwells in a place so sacred, so special within. And what I know in this very moment is that we see that energy and life force of love present in this room this evening as the person sitting next to you, as the people that pull together this service for you, as the people and faces that connect online, and everyone and everywhere in between. That love energy exists. And so we just hold it sacred for this moment, recognizing that presence and power. And I give great thanks for this, for knowing the truth, for knowing that that divine energy of love is absolutely present and available now. And so I release these words to law and let go and let them be. And know that love is all there is. And if you would like to affirm this for yourself, please join me in saying, and so it is.
This next song is traditionally played on guitar, but our dear Lance is home with COVID. So, I know. So, but he spared us by staying home. And I just decided to come up with a piano arrangement of this instead. So this is a song written by Paul McCartney. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to rise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of a dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly. Blackbird fly into the light of a dark black night. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of a dark black night. You were only waiting for this moment to rise. You were only waiting for this moment to rise. You were only waiting for this moment to rise.
Beautiful job. All right, so our guest speaker tonight is Reverend Cheri Jensen. Reverend Cheri is an ordained religious science minister with over 20 years of service. She has served as senior minister at Spiritual Enrichment Center in San Rafael, California, senior minister at Whole Life Center for Spiritual Living in Fort Collins from 2005 to 2016, and was co-spiritual leader of New Thought Northern Colorado Center for Spiritual Living in Loveland, Colorado. She loves living and sharing the principles of science of mind as a teacher, speaker, mentor, and officiant for significant journeys of life. Please help me give a warm welcome to Reverend Cheri.
I know, control freak. Yeah, you all know me. Many of you do. So I'm Cheri, and I am absolutely thrilled to be here tonight. It is just so much fun to actually get a chance to speak, other than deliver a funeral or a memorial service. But it's good practice, I must say. So this whole month we've been looking at divine discomfort, and divine discomfort are those experiences in our lives that bring us to our knees. They're the times of pain and suffering, of sorrow, of anguish. Life's just not going very well. Have y'all had one of those? Maybe? Well, this whole month has caused me to start digging into my past and recognizing those places where I was weeping and wailing and gnashing my teeth. And so I went back to the very beginning. I was 11 years old. My first time of having divine discomfort was when my daddy died mowing the lawn with his third and final heart attack. It wasn't until, not that it matters, but last December, just a couple of months ago, that I actually asked my younger brother, who was 4 years younger, well, what happened to you on the day that Daddy died? And he said, I just remember being put in the back seat of a car and driven away. I know I was taken next door to Mrs. Green's house. We were split. I was sent to a Girl Scout function that day because scouting is important. But neither of us ever had any completion. We didn't even go to the mortuary, as far as I can remember. We were not invited to the funeral. And so for much of my life, I was angry about that. I felt abandoned. I felt like I didn't matter. I felt like my mother must have been crazy. She was just grieving. But I spent a lot of my life having flashbacks of abandonment, and that and betrayal have been part of my MO throughout my entire life. When you have those core beliefs, they tend to reappear because we're like the proverbial onion that Reverend Leah talked about last week. You know, there's many, many layers, and so we do some work, and then we hope that it'll be a while before we have to revisit that again. But invariably, it comes again. So what I like to think of is that life is a game. Life really is a game, but I want us to understand that we are not pawns on a chessboard. There is no master. Oh, I forgot to tell you that. There's no master being placing us in positions. We are full participants in this thing called life. So the thing that I forgot to tell you was that we were not raised in any type of faith tradition, but my mother read to us from a little Bible story book. I still have that little red book. But my idea of God was an old man up in the sky, very much like Santa Claus, who had the naughty list and the good list. And when Daddy died, I figured I was on the naughty list, and I felt I was being punished. So I remember writing in my diary, I had God there, and I crossed his name out. And I said, I don't believe in you. I don't believe in a God that would take my daddy away. I was 11. So for years, I couldn't say the word, and I didn't have an idea of anything that was grounding, centering, supportive. But when I married quite young, we decided to start exploring spiritual texts and all kinds of interesting things. We did the whole Edgar Cayce thing and channeled works and on and on and on, and I began to create my own idea of what I believed was a powerful presence for good. But it wasn't until I was brought to a religious science church, much like this, in the Napa Valley, that I sat in the back of the room, held my girlfriend's hand, and cried for 6 months because I felt like I was finally home, like somebody knew who I was, that I mattered, that I had something good to give the world, and that life was really good if I understood how it worked. So, I'm going to get back to the game of life. In the textbooks, Ernest Holmes says, we're here, each of us is here to discover the natural laws of life, and I'll talk about the natural laws in a minute. We're here not only to discover the natural laws, we're to discover our relationship to the great whole that there is, and to discover our divine nature, our true nature. Those first months in a religious science church, I came to realize that God wasn't an old white guy up in the sky. He wasn't Santa Claus. It wasn't a he at all. For some of us, it's a she. But there was this energy, this presence, this light, this love, this power, this presence that was for us, but it could only do for us what we were willing to accept. And so back to the laws of life. There are spiritual laws, and it's science, it's scientific. That's why we have science in our name back in the day. Because you could prove them. They were impersonal laws. They continue because they work the same for everybody. And that was powerful for me because then I had to start thinking that I wasn't a victim. Because up till then, I was pretty much a victim in everything. Anybody been a victim in their lives? Thank you. Not alone. That's why we come here. We don't want to be victims, but I didn't know what to do with that. I didn't know what to do with that. So I think I told you the last time I was here that my very first foundational project, the infamous foundation class, was that if I changed my thinking, I could change my life. Well, I wanted to change my mother. I didn't have a great relationship with her, but I could change her. Kind of like micromanaging my world. But what I discovered, that is in order for my mother, she wasn't going to change at all. In order for my relationship to be healed with her, I was the one that had to change. And it was miraculous because our relationship did change. And I thought, well, if it works with my mother, it should work with anything else. So the thing is, we have been given a hand of cards. Cards are dealt out at any game, right? And we get our cards, and we have to play them. What I wanted to make sure we understand is that life is not fair. I don't know if it comes as a surprise to you, but life is not fair. It is not equal for everybody. It is not equitable for everybody. Some of us are born into third world countries, abject poverty, not enough to eat, not enough water to drink. Some of us have been lucky enough to be born in this country, and there's still abject poverty here. My mother never let my brother and I know that she was scrimping by as a single mom, as a widow at 40. She never let us feel that we wanted for anything. Emotional support, well, that was a whole different experience. But she made life work for us. We are not created equal in our experience in life. We are created equal as spiritual beings. And that's what Ernest Holmes wanted us to really get, is that we are born whole, perfect, and complete spiritual beings. The outside may not exactly look like that. But he also taught us that if we learn to work with the natural laws of life, if we learn to use the creative process of mind, what we think constantly about is what outpictures in our lives. If I continue to believe in experiences of abandonment and betrayal, I will continue to bring those lousy circumstances into my life. If I change my thinking and dig down into my belief system and look for something better, then something better outpictures, does it not? We've all had those experiences. We're here to play the game of life. This morning on CBS Sunday Morning, I didn't know as a minister that CBS Sunday Morning actually existed. It's my Sunday morning. But today they were honoring a woman named Haida Broadbent, I believe is her name. And she was born in a hospital in the 80s. Her mother abandoned her, and she was adopted. And shortly, like 5 or 6, 7 years old, they discovered that she was the first baby born with AIDS in this country. She died last week at the age of 39. She has spent probably 30 years of her life being an AIDS activist. She took a condition that they managed with medical care, and she became an activist, letting anybody who would listen to her know that she was a sweet little girl who had AIDS. And she made a difference in life. Each and every one of us comes into this life experiences with a set of circumstances, our hand of cards. Our job, well, the old saying is, the problem is not the problem, it's your attitude about the problem that's the problem. Is to get real with ourselves, deal with the hand we've been dealt, and make the very best life we possibly can. We're here to express the love, the joy, the beauty, the peace, the power, the compassion of the divine. That's why we're here. It's not about amassing great wealth or having the most toys. That's a human thing. Spiritually, though, we are here to give our gifts. There was another story. Anybody know Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther? Do I have any Black Panther people with me? Amazing young man, but he died of cancer at 43. He did not let his condition affect how he lived his life. In fact, the people making Black Panther with him had no idea he had gone through surgeries and treatments of all sorts for cancer. He gave his gift as an actor, he gave his gift as an activist, and he gave his gift as a philanthropist for as long as he possibly could. He didn't sit around weeping and wailing and gnashing his teeth. He gave. We all know someone who has been born into this life with some kind of disability, and they still find a way to give their gift, don't they? We all have that opportunity to be who we've come to be. I want to come back as Barbie next time, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm just putting my order in. That's all. How am I doing? Each and every one of us has been called to be. We're not here by accident. No one is an accident. Everybody is a precious child of God. Everybody belongs. It's like we should start treating each other as each of us belongs to life, is it not? I know that when we're in the depths of despair because we don't get out of this life without pain and suffering. Anybody have a child? More? I don't know how you did it. I only had one. It's not that one was enough. One is all I got. But he's worth every ounce of whatever that pain was, because the pain goes away, moms, doesn't it? You want to remember the beauty, the joy, the gift that you've been given. But there will be pain and suffering in our lives because that's the way life is designed. What I've really come to recognize that every circumstance I've had where I found myself curled up in a ball on the floor or in the bed with my blankets over my head because I was so depressed, everything has worked for my greater good. I hate to say it. Everything has worked for my greater good. I wouldn't be who I am without those sometimes very lousy circumstances that I found myself in. Do you have those circumstances where you've found that you've actually grown because you dealt with them? You had to live through them to have the experiences that you have today? When I was a kid, I used to think, here I am. How did I get here? Well, now that I'm a whole lot older than that, that's a long journey. That's a long journey. And go, oh my God, had I not done this, I wouldn't have made that choice. The choices have taken me here this very moment, and I'm grateful. And if I'm not happy where I am, we know what we get to do. We get to create something else, right? We are creative beings. We're designed to create. We live in a creative universe. I like to think the infinite knows exactly what to do and is forever doing it for us, but can only work through us when we're willing to be used. I wouldn't have gotten here to Fort Collins if I hadn't have just said, fine, I surrender. Really? Didn't want to leave California? Well, who wants to go back? I do, actually. But it's not in the cards. I love my life here. I see a lot of people I love here. You know, we have so many amazing opportunities to give our gifts. So this whole idea is, what do we do in the midst of being in these dark and challenging times, is to reach out to one another. We are not meant to live this life alone. I don't know where I'd be without the people in my life that I can talk to. I've gone to therapy long time, and that's good too. Talk to your minister. If you are in a place where you cannot see the daylight, just ask somebody to remember who you are. I don't want anybody fixing me now. Seriously, do not fix me. Listen to me. The greatest gift we can give somebody is just to listen, just to pay attention and say, I hear you. I may not understand exactly what you're going through, but I hear you. Give the gift of kindness to one another. And when you're in the depths of despair, know that you actually can get help, because help's ever available. Take class. Religious science classes, science of mind classes. What do we call them now? I'm aging out of this. They make a difference in your life. Take another class. Do it over, because we are designed to forget. We have amnesia, spiritual amnesia. And our job is to remember over and over and over again that we're here for good. The old saying is, this too shall pass. All the times that I have been in angst and anger, frustrated, there's a little voice behind me that says, this too shall pass. And you can think, well, yeah, can it just go a little faster? I just need a break here. Well, we've all been there. There's a cute phrase that says, instead of heavy duty, try putting yourself on the gentle cycle. We're our worst critics, our worst. Oh yeah, we're so critical with ourselves. We're here to love. We all want to be loved. Let's love one another. But ultimately, what we're talking about here is this concept of ever-active change. Change. Who likes change? Some of us like change. I know Reverend Leah stood up here last week and she goes, I love pain. And I'm going, oh my gosh. Yeah, because you know it's going to teach you something. So what's going to teach you something more than change? Change gets us out of our comfort zone, into that place of divine discomfort, and says, come on, you can do this. Whether you like it or not, something good's going to happen here. And so I'm going to share. It's a statement. It's a phrase, a quote. It's a quote. It wasn't an affirmation because it didn't fit on the little card. And there's a bunch of them in the back on the prayer table. So I want you to just take a deep breath. I know we've all had, well, maybe, I'm hoping that other people were discomforted by the discomfort of this month. Was I the only one? It was hard remembering some of the things that were so painful. But I have leaned into this quote over the years that I offer it to you today. So just take a deep breath and just close your eyes if you want and just listen. Change knelt before me in the wilderness, and in the tenderest voice I've ever heard, she said, I love being the reasons for all your beginnings. And then she kissed the tears from my eyes, stood up, and reached out her hand. Each of us can be an agent of change, to hold out our hands to each other, to care. I'll close with it's a song. I will not amuse you by my singing, so I will speak it. It says, tell me why the stars do shine. Tell me why the ivy twines. Tell me why the sky's so blue, and I'll tell you why I love you. Because God made the stars to shine. Because God made the ivy twine. Because God made the sky so blue. Because God made you. That's why I love you. So, let's just take that and go into our closing prayer. I believe in a power for good. It is God's Spirit, source, it's life itself, and most of all, it's love. It is the starting point of all creation. Everything that is of this God's substance. Each one of us is a child of the divine. At the very core of our being, we are absolutely pure, untouched, whole, complete, and perfect spiritual beings having very real, uncomfortable human experiences sometimes. I give thanks for the uncomfortable part, that divine discomfort. I give thanks for the joyous parts where we are in the groove and absolutely thrilled. I give thanks for the learning that takes place within all of this. I give thanks for each person here to be a presence of love in this community. To know that we can reach out, kiss the tears from one another's eyes, and take our hands and just say, I don't know what's going on, but I'm here for you. The presence of the living Spirit lives through us. We are designed to be its hands and its feet, its eyes and its ears, and its heart, its compassion, its love, its peace, its joy. And this evening, I'm absolutely grateful to remember that. We're one. And so in this divine oneness, I give thanks as I fling this into the infinite for perfect fulfillment, that we are loving, kind spirits in this thing called life. And I simply let go and let it be, and together we affirm, and so it is.
The power of now is always present, nowhere to be than where you are. The power of now flows oh so gracefully. The power of now is always present, nowhere to be than where you are. The power of now flows oh so gracefully. Be willing to let go of everything you think you need to know. Oh, be strong enough to let go of everything you think you need to control. For everything goes away. Let everything wash away. The power of now. The power of now is overflowing, connecting us all to the one. The power of now unfolds so peacefully. Be willing to let go of everything you think you need to know. Oh, be strong enough to let go of everything you think you need to control. For everything goes waves away. Let everything wash away. The power of now. The power of now. The power of now. The power of now.
Beautiful. And thank you so much, Reverend Cheri. So now it's time for our offering. So if something touched you, moved you, or inspired you today, we encourage you to give to our spiritual center so that way we can continue to do this work in this community, in our greater community, and in the world. There are many ways to give. You can give online. At our website, you can give at the number you see, or you can mail your offering if you would like. So please place your gift over your heart, and let's say our offering affirmation together. This gift is spirit and form, circulating and blessing all it touches. Freely I give, and joyfully I receive.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for love. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for love. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love.
All right. If you are here for the first time, welcome. We see you, we appreciate you, and welcome to our spiritual family. If you are new here and would like a welcome packet, please go to the back table and somebody will provide that for you. After service, our prayer partners are available for prayer. We have written prayer requests forms on the back table, or you can come up to the front, and myself or Lonnie would love to pray with you. So please stand for our benediction and closing song. And if you would like, place your hands over your heart, or you can grab a hand if you're comfortable. May we be at peace. May our hearts remain open. May we awaken to the light of our own true nature. May we be healed. May we be a source of healing for all beings. Love is who I am. Love is who we are. Love is all there is.
This is a call and response, so Mary will lead you in your part. I hear the music.
I hear the music
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I hear the music.
I hear the music
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I hear the music.
I hear the music
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. I got a new day.
I got a new day
Down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I got a new day.
I got a new day
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I got a new day.
I got a new day
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. I love the silence.
I love the silence
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I love the silence.
I love the silence
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I love the silence.
I love the silence
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. I feel the power.
I feel the power
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I feel the power.
I feel the power
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
I feel the power.
I feel the power
down in my soul.
down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. Once more. And the whole wide world is my